All right, nerds, we have some movie news to get to. Before we do, just a real quick reminder, this is the movies section that comes from a much longer video that is up on the main channel. That much longer video is referred to as The Weekend Nerddom. I do it once a week. Every Wednesday it goes up approximately at Generally Nerdy on YouTube or Generally Nerdy on Rumble, wherever you so desire. But while you're here, let's talk about all of this movie news, shall we? Let's talk movies for a moment, shall we? In today's movies section, we have an update on some Star Wars action. We have new trailers to get out of the way. We have a new Hellboy movie to talk about. And then, you know, some pretty interesting suggestion at the end, if I do say so myself. So, first things first, follow-ups and corrections. We have a follow-up on the Winnie the Pooh Blood and Honey situation. So, it would seem, and I believe I touched on this in the live episode, but I feel like these episodes get a little bit more traction, so we're going to talk about that here. It would seem that that original run of approximately 3 or 4 days, I can't remember what it was, which was originally just supposed to be 1 day, February 15th, and then got extended. In that original run, they kind of took a little bit of a poll, if you will, of all of the theaters that were hosting their movie. And if you were in the top certain percentile, so roughly the top like 15 to 20 theaters of all of the theaters involved, if you were 1 through 20, then you got a little bit of an extended run with the movie. So double check your local listings. Go check out the website, actually. I think there is a running list of which theaters still have the movie, because it is still available, and there is a theater near me, and I still haven't watched it, sadly. I was going to go watch it tonight, but I was way far behind again on work, so here we go. Also of note for the creator of Winnie the Pooh, in a recent interview, he postulated the idea of maybe doing a Ninja Turtles horror movie. That's a weird thought, actually. Being as he made Winnie the Pooh for like a little over $100,000, and the return so far has been a bit over $1 million. I think it's like $1.2, $1.3 million so far in box office sales. I think there might be a slim chance that that actually happens, which is crazy. Now that is our first follow-up. The second one is Star Wars. Taika Waititi's Star Wars movie is apparently still in the works. It is one of the 3 upcoming movies that are somewhere in the slate. They're just not putting dates on them at the moment. This is all according to The Hollywood Reporter, so it could change because it's not an official Disney announcement, but Hollywood Reporter is pretty close to an official announcement, so there you go. That's what we got for follow-ups. Let's talk about some trailers. We got 2 trailers this week. First up is an interesting one because Blaze TV is putting out a movie. Not to be outdone by their conservative counterparts, The Daily Wire, Blaze TV is putting out a movie called Nefarious. It's interesting because this one is starring Sean Patrick Flanery, who hasn't been ostracized, as far as I know at least, from main Hollywood acting gigs. So pretty noteworthy there. Also fairly noteworthy is that this one is getting a theatrical release as well. So there's that. But the trailer for this, it's a horror movie that might not be horror in the end, but also very intriguing. Sean Patrick Flanery is a hell of an actor, man. So very much excited to see what happens here. The other trailer that we got this week is the Tetris movie. That's right. They're making Tetris into a movie, though it's not quite what that sounds like. Tetris, it's the creation of Tetris and how Tetris became this behemoth of a game, not exactly trying to make a narrative out of the game of Tetris, because that would be silly. But yeah, it is going to be March 31st on Apple TV Plus. It is not getting a theatrical release as far as I could see. So interesting, but yeah, Apple's doing some crazy stuff these days. Next, we're talking about some regular ass news, and that is Hellboy. We have a new Hellboy movie getting announced. This is going to be, at least the current working title for it is Hellboy, the Crooked Man. It is going to be directed by Brian Taylor, who did Crank and Ghost Rider Spirit of Vengeance. It will be an R-rated movie again, so much like it's supposed to be, though hopefully better than the last one. It is not going to be David Harbour in the Hellboy skin again. It is going to be a new actor. They did say that specifically, though it is still the same production team in general. Also involved in the script writing, though he was involved last time, is Mike Mignola once again. So could be a good thing. Wasn't exactly a great thing last time, though I think the more palatable elements of the previous movie were due to Mignola's involvement. So hopefully they take him a little bit more seriously this time and use more of his work. But that is what we've got for the movies section, except for movie suggestions for the week. This is another one. It's just time to have a little bit of fun, man. Wayne's World is the suggestion this week. You can't go wrong with Mike Myers and Dana Carvey, just as a general statement, but especially in those early days when they were both fresh off of SNL. And chyuh, if you dig the Wayne's World, the first one, which is absolutely classic, for sure, on so many levels, not all of them nerdy, but then also check out the sequel, Wayne's World 2, because why not? It's all good fun, and for those of you younger ones who don't know what I'm talking about, this is a great look in 90s culture. Honestly, both movies are solid examples of what the 90s was. Once again, nerds, that was a short section that comes from a longer video on the main channel, Generally Nerdy, YouTube or Rumble. Take your pick. I'm on both. You can go find it there. You can go find all of the other news there as well, including the live episode. We do a live episode roughly once a week, every Friday evening. You can join the conversation live, or you can just leave comments here on this one or any of the other ones you find on the Clips channel. Thank you very much, nerds. We've got other news to discuss in other videos, but while we're getting out of here, don't forget that if it's generally nerdy, it's probably here.